we have the images, image 1, 2, and 3 of the mugshots they just released of the 3 individuals arrested by the DOJ for their roles in the St. Paul church protest on Sunday. Do we have those images, folks? That's image. This is one. Oh, good Lord. Oh, my goodness gracious. This woman. Oh, my.
That's Nakima.
Nakima Levy. Yes, Nakima Levy. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my,
you like
goodness.
A David Koresh type character.
Well, first of all, why they do them dirty like that? I mean, good grief. He looks like one of those pencils you used to put between your hands and the hair would go all over the place.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They both look. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no. Take it off. Oh my God.
What is that? What is it?
Oh my God.
That's the school board member.
That's the school board member. Okay, that's who that is. Okay.
Yeah, these are the 3. Folks, this reminds me of when you go to the bathroom and you wipe yourself and you look at the tissue. Sometimes you don't look, you just throw it in, but you look. And you say, good God Almighty. This is what we got here in these mugshots. The leftists, these nuts, these sickos. Shelly, what do you think about these arrests?
Look, hurry up and put them away. Throw away the key, lock them up, and then release them into the jungle where they need to be. I mean, take them. It's just too much. That's hilarious, though. I'm hoping the one I'm waiting for, I think we're all waiting for, is the lemonade walk down the lemonade pipe, red carpet walk. Walk the mile. That's what I want to see.
Yes, Dawn Lemon. Nicole, what are your thoughts here?
You know, I felt some sense of justice when they were handcuffed and they were doing the perp walk. The school board member kept trying to turn her head and kind of be ashamed. Are you ashamed now?
Right.
You ashamed now? And they had to use double cuffs. Look how nice they were. You know, because this is why I could never be a police officer. I would lead in with the taser. Like all my calls would be like, Bennett, taser. I would be tasing everybody. It would just be electrified. I would have tased that thing until she was lightly roasted on both sides. I am still very angry with these people. And not just because of the audaciousness of what they did, but because they have no remorse. And the only reason she was trying to hide her face is because she didn't want the other people on the school board to judge her harshly for being arrested. But she bragged about what she did.
Yeah.
So I hope that they get at least the amount of time that they gave Beverly.
Right. Right.
At least the amount of time that they gave Beverly.
Yeah, folks. And you guys, for you who may not know, we're talking about the pro-lifers that were sentenced and jailed for praying at abortion clinics. So under the Biden administration, one of them was Bevelyn Beatty Williams. She's a friend of the show. We spoke about her multiple times on here. When the Biden administration arrested and indicted her and sentenced her to, I think, at least 3 years, she would still be in jail to this day under the FACE Act if it had not been for President Trump. And she's a black woman. Here they talk about these BLM protesters. Oh, you guys don't like us because we're black. Well, Bevelyn Beatty Williams was a black woman, and President Trump pardoned her for praying outside of an abortion clinic where she was arrested under the FACE Act. And so this same act is what they are using to prosecute these 3 guys for invading a church service and protesting due to ICE. All right. So we got to continue to keep this story in the front and center of the headlines. We're waiting for them to get Dawn Lemon. Apparently, the news is reporting that what's her name? The DOJ Pam Bondi issued the warrant for Dawn Lemon, but the magistrate in Minnesota declined it. So I really hope we get him too.
They've done some more research on that. The magistrate's name was Douglas Miko, I think.
Right.
Miko.
And apparently his wife is some way wrapped up with pretty high up in Dem politics.
She works for the AG. She works for Ellison.
Exactly. She works for Ellison, and they're saying that he should have recused himself and yada, yada, yada. But I think, you know, Lemonhead should have kept his mouth shut and thanked his lucky stars that there was some connect that kept him out of prison, or at least from being arrested and perp walked. But in true to form, he took to socials and started talking trash. So I'm especially looking forward to, I think they should interrupt shows. Like, you remember they used to do that back in the day? Whenever something big happened, they would, you know, they come on with the music, and they interrupt your show with the breaking news. I want them to interrupt the internet that Don Lemon has been arrested, so the rest of us can party.
Yeah, same here. Here is Nakima Levy on CNN after she was arrested. I actually have this clip here. 1 second. I actually have it here. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so this is Nakima Levy. She of course, you know, she ran to CNN and did an interview after her arrest. And I mean, these people have no shame, as you mentioned, Nicole. They have absolutely zero shame. Okay, here's the clip here. I have it here. Take a look here. All right. Let's see here.
I'm agreeing with these people in the chat.
We do have some MAGA media that's here.
Oh, 1 second.
To leave, and so they will be ejected. We're asking them not.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Take a look at this clip. This is her on CNN today after her arrest.
They treated this as if I was a fugitive on the run, that I had committed murder. And they're doing all this, putting all these resources into tracking down one Black woman, when they will put zero resources into holding Jonathan Ross accountable, the ICE agent who killed Renee Good. Let's not forget that fact. He's still roaming around free.
Because he didn't do anything wrong. You did. You Black woman. You did.
Do you know what's interesting, KJ? You should see how much resources we put into tracking down Latinos and people here in this country illegally. Girl, would make your hair curl. We go after criminals in this nation, and you made yourself a criminal. Nobody chose that life for you but you. You thought you were being big and bad and you were going to break the internet. Well, you know, you had the FA moment. It's the FO part now.
Oh, yeah. And talking about part, somebody need to help this lady with that part in the middle of her head. She's balding. Shelly, what are your thoughts? This woman is so egotistical. She has no shame. Now she's on CNN after she disrupted a Sunday service. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, interesting. I was thinking about this. What she should be upset about, because Don Lemon has said it himself. You know, he's intimating that they're coming after the Black gay man. Well, in their world, on the leftist world, this is how intersectionality works. So she might want to be upset with Don because he might have a point there. You know, I'm Black, I'm gay, I'm a male, so I'm going to be protected. I'm a journalist. So why is he with them, edging them on, and they're taking all the blame and he's getting away right now? They need to issue these warrants very quickly so that he can be made an example of to the law, not even for revenge or whatever, but because he broke the law, okay, with his journalism license or whatever. You broke the law for that church, those people in that church. You induce fear and terror, whatever. So Don Lemon, she should be upset with him right now. He came and he just used these people for his own benefit, and they are going to jail right now. And I hope he will be too soon.
Well, but wait a minute. A bunch of them who were there were gay. This is what I kept telling you. There's a bunch of demons from hell. These were not, you know, people who were, you know, out to a fancy dinner and happened upon this church. This was a hodgepodge of weirdos that descended upon this church. So there are going to be lots of gay and theys and thems that are going to be locked up. So let's not make this about who you profess to be. Let's make it about who you showed us you are. You acted like a criminal. We're treating you like a criminal. Absolutely. Yes, you're going to get perp walked. And again, thank God Nicole Bennett is not a cop, because you would have got dog walked. I would have had you hog tied and still electrifying your ass as I dragged you from the car. I have had it with these people getting away scot-free, breaking the law. Had this been the three of us,
We would have been
somebody,
absolutely. And that's my point. I'm using their logic in their intersectionality world to make the argument. I agree with you, but this is what they would say about into all these different hierarchies. Well, then go to Don. You should be upset with him too.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this extensively last night, folks, on Christian Conservative. Definitely check it out at KJ Christian Conservative. We went through, as Christians, we went through the biblical reaction to this. And it's just sad. It's just sad. We talked about how, many of us, I mentioned last night, I don't go to church every Sunday, but I do go to church, I'd say a good portion of the Sundays. And when I don't go to church, I do feel differently. Like I feel like my week doesn't go the same. But when I go to church and I finish, because it's tough for me to get up early. I'm not an early person. You get up, you get dressed, you get your kids dressed, you go to church. And when you get there, you're like, you know what? I feel good. The word was good. It's good to fellowship with people. I feel good. Okay. And just so when I saw the interviews of some of the parishioners who were just so saddened, upset that their church service was interrupted, I could connect with that, because you go to church to hear a word, to fellowship, and then to get away from all of this political stuff, and to then have your church invaded by this pancake faced woman and her nutty comrades, and then sweet speaking Don Lemon. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It's angering. It really is. Because when you leave church, you generally want to leave, and you do leave with the feeling of you just feel good. You just feel good. So, I understand what these parishioners felt like. And this is why it was such a large just interruption of their home church. And so I really hope they get the full length of the law. I really do.
Absolutely. I agree, because, religion is very personal. It's a personal thing. And there's many, many ways to worship, and I personally believe that Christians were designed to worship. Now, some people worship by, sitting silently and chanting, and some people sit silently and pray. And then you have other people who run laps and dance like David did. But somebody falls somewhere in that list of things, but no one has the right to disrupt you worshiping. This our nation was founded on this basic premise, right? So here you have a bunch of weirdos who say, not only are we going to plan to come in and disrupt your church, we're going to talk about it on the internet. Judgment is coming, and it's going to be at the house of God. Let me tell you, I would have been being perp walked too. They would have perp walked Nicole Bennett right on there, because I'm a double down on it. It would have been a bloody Sunday. It would have been a Sunday to remember. I'd still be fighting them. It's like somebody breaking into your home, and touching all of your things. You feel violated. Imagine going back into that sanctuary. It's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah. So this church is really going to have to find its feet. It's going to have to figure out how to be better after this attack, how to be stronger. But I'm sure there are a lot of people who feel, violated, absolutely violated.
Yeah. All right, folks, as you come in, please hit that like button. It helps to get this video out in front of a wider audience, and we appreciate the support. Please, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to us. We're building a community of like-minded people here, God-fearing, truth-seeking, America-loving people that value freedom. Stand with us and subscribe so we can amplify this rallying call for freedom. All right.